This the new Let's Get It Sports Talk, broadcasting live on weekends, exclusively on Facebook and the Four Walls Foundation YouTube channel. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Palm Sunday. We are the new Let's Get It Sports Talk. I'm one of the hosts, Doc Bryce. I'm here with all our hosts today. We got to my left, to your right, probably, is we got Coach Fred Petit, FB, to his right. Your left to your right, you have Coach Marcus Bullock, and next to him, we have Coach Cedric Wildbird, CB, MB, and FB. All right, let's get it started. Let's start with you, Fred. What's good, bro? How you doing, man?
Nothing much. My spring break's coming up this week.
Yes. I'm
going to relax. And just looking forward to it. Looking forward to a little bit of a break from school.
Wow. All right, yo, how many days you get, bro?
We get this week 5 days.
Yeah, all right. Lucky, man. Lucky.
Wait, how many days you guys get?
You get a weekend, son.
That was us last year. We had a 4-day weekend last year.
Like, I remember in New York growing up, we always had like a week and maybe weekend change. Week plus the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Because Easter was always that Sunday.
I feel like you should get like Monday to Tuesday. Because give you that Monday off after Easter too. People are traveling.
Yeah, and they have that Tuesday too. Yeah. So that actually I have half day Thursday, off Friday, of course Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesday, I think. But they might have taken it back because of snow.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So, but either way, it's a break. So, you know what I mean? What you got, any plans for your spring break?
Nah, no plans.
No plans?
Just recharging.
All right, that's what's up. MB, what's good, bro?
Same here. Started spring break.
You started already?
Yeah.
Oh,
snap. So we had half day this past Thursday, off Friday, and then all this week.
That's you too? You're the following week.
Wait, my starts
coming up.
Yeah, coming up.
So you've been off already?
Just Thursday, half day, Friday.
Oh, then you got all next week.
This week we're starting. I'm off.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. I'm a little slow today. I apologize.
Yeah. But so for example, Holy Cross had off Friday, off this week, and off next week. So they got like a summer vacation.
Wow. Yeah, so 2 weeks.
2 full weeks plus a day.
Wow. Okay. Now, when y'all finish, though? When they finish? Later than June or same time around everybody else?
It's like June 3rd.
Oh, that's before. Damn.
That's before everybody else.
June 1st.
Sheesh.
Wow. When y'all started, though? September?
Like the end of August. Like August,
okay.
August 31st. August.
Yeah,
it wasn't
same thing.
And Christmas, they get 2 weeks too.
Damn.
Yeah.
What? Oh, man.
So I don't know what we're paying for, but yeah.
That's what's up, man. Any plans?
No, I mean, plans, nothing fun, exciting, a lot of work stuff, just trying to get, using it, trying to be productive.
I got you. All right. CB, what's good, man?
Hey, man, I can't call it, man. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, pretty much. Looking forward. Ours is, we got a half day Thursday, we're off Friday, and then that whole following next week we're off.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, just looking forward to that.
Okay.
Because after that, school year be over, pretty much.
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It seemed like the school year went fast. To me, anyway. You know what I'm saying? But, baseball's going. You know what I'm saying? We're 0-6 right now.
Oh, dang.
I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? But, hey, if you don't hit the ball, put the ball in play, you don't score no runs, that's what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So, see if we can turn it around. We got Holy Cross on Monday.
Okay.
I think they have the similar record.
Right, they're 2-2.
Okay. So,
okay.
Might be a good one.
Live stream.
But outside of that, everything's good. You know what I'm saying?
That's good. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. Wow, no victories though. That's tough though.
Yeah, it is. Because we're better than that. That's what makes it tough. I see if I didn't think we had some talent, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like it is what it is. This is who we are. But we're better than that. And,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? We're just not performing. You got to perform. When
so
the right lights come on.
You do expect a victory
tomorrow?
No.
Oh, just
at some point.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Okay.
Although our best player pulled his hamstring. We played Dome the other day. And all that freezing weather, you know what I'm saying?
Cold,
pulled his hamstring, so he might be missing for a week or two. But, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you a question. I mean, it's kind of like the perfect segue, if you guys don't mind, real quick. What do you think some of the issues is without really, is everybody kind of like doing their job or?
Just not hitting the ball. You know what I'm saying? Just no offense. You know what I mean? We losing games 1-0, 4-3, stuff like that.
Okay.
We did lose big to Burlington Township, like 14-4. But we're in games. We just can't get that big hit. You know what I mean? Men and bases loaded, nobody out. We don't score a run. Like you're not gonna win. Things like that.
I'll share it real quick if you don't mind. Like we're kind of having the similar issues. Like we're still trying to form the sisterhood. But we're working out the kinks. This is not your, is that your saying? We're working out the kinks. But we can't seem to close. It's like maybe 3 innings, 4 innings. We're right there, and we're like one play away,
right.
And then it goes astray. Bro.
The wheels fall off.
Yeah, it goes astray, man. But I mean, we're still persevering. I will say though that what we're kind of going through right now is, they have the you guys got. Well, you got a fancy car, you know what I'm saying? You guys got good cars too. We all got good cars, right? Do you guys have options on the window, on the mirror? Like when the car runs up to you and then like a light.
Oh, the blind spot.
They call it LWD, the lane LDW, lane departure warning. You have that?
On the 2016.
Oh, okay. Okay. They got the lane departure warning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is to let you know that somebody's coming up or there. And I think that we don't have that feature on our team. We got to ride our own lane. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. We're traveling in other lanes and then worrying about what others are doing instead of worrying about what you need to do. Once we work those problems out, I think that we could at least start to try to get some victories. You know what I'm saying? So, but the girls are doing better. They are doing better. They're making some plays. Like some of them, I'm like, wow, you get so proud of seeing the growth. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's like trust the process growth, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so that's what it is. But anyway, listen, we had some NCAA stuff, right? Like that. First of all, did the girls' title game real quick? Did it surprise you? It surprised the heck out of me.
It did because UConn won similarly earlier in the year at South Carolina. I did not expect for them to have the same performance.
Right.
But it just proved. Sometimes it's just matchups. Maybe UConn was just a bad matchup for South Carolina, obviously.
Right.
But definitely happy for them to see Paige's career go out like that.
Right.
Her dealt with a bunch of injuries. Her and AZ Fudd dealt injuries over the last few years. So to see them play their last game together and them, put on a performance like that I was happy for them.
Yeah. What about you, CB? MB. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the same thing here. Yeah, I think what surprised me. It was kind of like we talk about Mahomes in the Super Bowl. I just kept waiting for them, South Carolina, to come. Like here it comes.
Yep.
They're going to come back now, and it just never happened. And Connecticut. I think with the team they were able to put together, with the coaching that they have, I think it was one of those things where I guess they were kind of underrated all season.
Yeah.
And then when it finally they put it all together, it was like you're not beating this team.
Yeah. How about you, CB?
Yeah, I definitely thought South Carolina was going to get it done. But I think that's why we all love the tournament style play. You know what I'm saying? UConn just got hot at the right time, caught momentum at the right time, and they closed the deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I didn't expect it to be a blowout, though. I'm being honest with you.
I don't think nobody did.
I kind of felt bad. I seen Dawn crying, and
what do you think about that? She caught a lot of flack for that.
For crying?
Well, not crying. Like during the game, how she was pouting and it seemed like she wasn't. Not that she wasn't coaching, but she was more yelling, screaming at the official. Like she was kind of like.
Well, that happens. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. Basketball. Listen, I'm an assistant and I'm emotional, so I can only imagine. As a head coach, that emotions that go on, especially when it's not going your way and you expect it to go your way. So, she's going to get a flack because probably I mean, they always get attention for whatever reason or whatever, but I don't have a problem with that. I mean, I just think it's just listen, you get the passion of the game. I've seen games where they're down. I can't even say I've witnessed in the stands games that we teams losing by like 50. And, the coach is still like, oh, that was a foul. Come on. So, it's still, you're still there. You're still in the game. You're still in the moment. So, I think she did a fabulous job, to overcoming all the scrutiny and all the different things and just didn't finish the job. It happens like that, man. You know what I mean? How y'all feel about the men's tournament?
I mean, I thought the championship was a great game.
I did too.
I thought it was one of those things where I think that Florida didn't understand, and I don't think a lot of teams understood what Houston was really all about and how scrappy and how tough they play.
Right.
But then it was one of those things like, okay, now that we're kind of used to it, I think they kind of not even figured it out, but just started, all right, we just got to play. And then, but Houston, everybody talks about their defense for the last few years under Kelvin Sampson, and I never really paid attention to it or watched them. But then watching them against Duke, and then Florida was like, oh, I get it. I see what everybody's talking about.
Yeah. I kind of felt like Florida, I wanted Florida to win. And they were down 9 or 12 or something like that to half. And I was a little, because the guard wasn't, what's his name? Clayton Jr. or whatever. He wasn't getting busy, but I felt like in the second half, something made me see like, oh, okay, they about to turn this thing around. And then once they got cooking, it was just, you just kind of knew that, it was going to be that way. And then sometimes you have to have those good plays too towards the end. So, I don't know. Did you watch FB?
I did. It's a tough game. Houston's tough to play against. They just make you work for everything. But I think at the end of the day, the more talented team won. Just because Florida had the guys over time to kind of overcome that defensive intensity that Houston was playing with.
Right.
So, and it shows you how hard it is to close out games. We saw Duke struggle closing out a game. Houston struggle closing out games. Seen it throughout the tournament. It's just tough. It's just tough.
You know what? I love the tournament. I love the tournament because like you're one and done, and it's really like towards the end of that game, you could feel, you know what I'm saying, even just sitting in your seat, right? And the playoffs for the NBA is coming up too. I'm hoping to have that same feeling. But I do want to just ask you one question. I was listening to something earlier this week, and they were talking about, and I don't know if you guys saw like any of the post game interviews. I just kind of felt it was interesting, right? So when Duke wins or whenever Duke does something good, right? They interview just Cooper Flag, right? He's the only one. Nobody else gets interviewed. But yet when Houston, they interview several Cougars. They're the Cougars, right? They interview several of them. And the point that the person was making is that Houston won because they were the better team. Like Duke was just all about Cooper Flag, putting them on display, whatever. But Houston was the better team. What did you guys say to that? I'm just curious about that.
Houston was not a better basketball team.
It was.
Okay. They won. They beat them.
Yeah. Okay.
They were not a better basketball
team. They wasn't a better team. Okay.
And I think it's just people, they will try to turn things into something.
Yeah, it's all,
right? I've seen Duke interview Knipple and Proctor and all those other guys. So I think people just like to make obviously hindsight's 2020, so they can go back and point to why Houston won over Duke, and they'll just look at all these ancillary things that I don't think make sense.
I agree with that
because I think to me Duke was the best team in the country. They just didn't win. They just didn't win the tournament.
Okay.
But yeah, to me it's a non-issue.
Okay. What about you, MB? I know you say you agree, CB, but what about you, MB?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's just what people want. Like so. When Duke, who do you want to hear from? You want to hear from Cooper Flag. Like that's what you want to hear from. So I think that's the media's driving that home. I don't think it's so much that, we're only going to interview him. It's like, this is who we have to interview. It's like, we got to interview him. Like, whereas Houston, like,
who do you talk
before this tournament, I bet I couldn't name the player on you.
Right.
So like, this kid had 15, let's interview him. He had 12. It's like, so like, I don't think it's a
Big deal.
I don't
One of them
think
things. Nah, I got it.
True.
Speaking of couldn't name one of them players, and this is the perfect transition into the NBA. And you know what? We might as well just start with the Sixers here.
You should get the Sixers like theme song for whatever.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Let's just get this out the way here. So I went to the last game. Yo, listen, let me see. Yo, I broke that clip down. I actually sent it to MT, right? So she was hollering or whatever. But you know what? She did call me like, "Hey, Jason." I said, "Yeah, they did say you can get me." And you know what? She's going to get something. You know what I mean? We're going to do we're probably going to do like a partial or something like that. I'm not doing the full season though, but we could maybe do like a partial.
Tell MT let us do a show there.
Right. Sure. Well, MT. All right. We're going to break this down in segments.
You know what I'm saying?
But I have to say, I went to the last game of my package, and it was fan appreciation night. All right. So one of the first things that I had a problem with is that it was pouring raining, right? But I wanted to do something, just me and my son or whatever. So we went. I thought on fan appreciation night, like there's going to be like discounts or I don't understand how they showed me appreciation. I still had to pay for it. I thought the parking was free. No, nothing.
You get a
so you had a shirt on the chair, right?
No.
Oh.
Nothing.
You didn't get anything.
Nothing.
Zero.
Oh, wow.
No shirts on the chair. No, you know what they did? They did go back to the balloon drop. Remember the balloon drop back in? They went back to that. And Franklin, I get sick of my man Matt Core saying, there he goes. I'm like, it's Franklin, man. Like, that's why I text that. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
is Franklin the new hip hop?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I forgot about hip hop.
Hip hop was a man,
right?
So I know you're upset with Franklin. Franklin is a distraction.
Yo, and it's a very good distraction.
Franklin is a distraction to the fact that you don't know any of the players on the court.
Mm-hmm. You're absolutely right.
So now when they come back on the court. And you're like, I don't know these kids. You're still thinking about where Frank
right. Where Franklin at?
And the game starts, and you're like, all right, let's go. You don't even pay attention.
You realize, yeah.
Yo, like, and Franklin's just doing this. Oh, there he is. There he is. And I'm like I think I sent y'all a video. Like, yo, these people are going crazy. First of all, it was packed. Couldn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was gonna be able to go up inch closer. I was pretty close anyway, but it was packed and. I'm like, yo, this. Jason said that was the first time you went to the game and you barely paid attention.
Who did he play?
Atlanta. Okay. I mean, Trae Young, you know what I'm saying? He's a problem. But, I mean, they had this guy named Castleton. Do y'all know who that is?
Don't.
Castleton, Dowden Jr., whatever.
He's actually been pretty good this season.
He's been all right. What's the other one? Jared Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Bona. I was looking for Quentin Grimes. He wasn't playing, man.
They need to lose that.
Yo, it's just sad that, but it's not, and I know on the last show, right, we were talking about the process and stuff like that. I don't think that we think that we're going into a process just by the number of people that came out last night. I mean, that Friday night. Now, I wonder if that was more attributed because it was the Friday night or, you know what I'm saying? Like, if that same game is during the week, is it packed?
Do you think the fan appreciation night is we're giving away tickets for fan appreciation night? That was what we appreciate? Is that why there were so many people there? Because somebody would have just said, here's a ticket, I probably would have gone.
Okay. But the tickets were low. I mean,
they're always low.
Yeah. I mean, but they were like $5.
Yeah, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, I think maybe that was the.
So maybe
that was draw.
That could have been it.
It's $5 to get into the game.
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
They suck, man. I mean,
bad. Yo, it's funny real quick. The only reason I when you was naming Bone and all them guys and whatnot, because yo, these games is more of real life because I'm playing with the Sixers right now, trying to finish up the season so I can get to MLB The Show. And those guys are on the court more than often because right now I'm about to hit the playoffs and Embiid is out, Maxey is out, Oubre is hurt.
Okay.
Like I'm like, yo,
so
this is like like this is crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Wow,
like, this is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because the night before was like the open house for all the partial and season ticket holders. You can come and stand on the court and you can shoot your shot and you do all those different things. But you know, I did it already. Now I don't want to do it again. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it just sucks, man. It sucks right now being a Sixers fan. That's what I can really say. But enough of the sadness. Luka came back to Dallas and put it on them crazy.
What did he drop? 45?
45. LA's going to be a problem in the playoffs. Okay. LA reminds me of some of them Cleveland Cavalier teams. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, you got the two and you got some, as you say, ancillary players that can get the job done. That Austin Reeves is his problem.
Yeah.
What's it? Who's it? Richie or Hooche Amanora or whatever his name is? Yeah, he's not bad. Yeah. He's decent.
No, they're good.
They got a good little squad, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, you know, the West is tough. I'll admit that. But what do you think? What do you think? What do you feel about that celebration they gave Luka? And you know what I'm saying? What do you think the fans of Dallas are feeling right now? After that, not only the celebration, but then he came there and he pooped on your team.
I think. Oh, good. No, I was just gonna say. He's probably happy to see it. That's why they kept chanting the whole arena, "Fire Nico." You know what I'm saying? They was like, "Good. I hope he drops 100." You know what I'm saying?
So you think that the fans that when they left that night, they're not mad at Luka. They're happy for Luka.
I don't know if they're happy for him, but I don't think they're mad at him.
I think the fans are still just more in shock that it happened.
Don't even know what happened.
Because it's like, a year ago we're in the finals.
Yeah, that's crazy. Right.
We got our franchise guy. We got our guy that can replace Dirk and be here for the next 15 years. And just from watching Luka, like I don't think I've ever seen a guy like be that emotional to like the tribute video.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's not like he was there for 10 to 15 years. He's there for 5 years, but. I think him coming from a different country and this kind of being his home here in America, it meant a lot to him. So,
true.
I was like, man, this guy, he's going to go out and not play well just because he was crying.
That's what I thought.
And then I was like, all right, he's got 27 in the first half.
You know what I'm saying? He's all right. He got over them emotions quick.
But I just think the Mavs fans just saw like their next 10 years in front of them.
Yeah.
Not only do we lose this guy, but we have to see him and deal with him for the next 10 years.
Right.
Do you think that he ever becomes a villain to the Maverick fans?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He will always be beloved.
Yeah, because he was, unless he starts, but I don't think so. Unless he starts taking shots at Dallas, but I don't think he'll do it.
I don't think he can.
What if he starts just beating them?
Well, he's going to.
What if there's a playoff series and he starts doing Luka
He starts being
stuff
Luka.
to the crowd?
No, listen, that's a fair point.
Yeah, true.
That's the only way I can see it. Like, I don't think it's just, Luka goes out and wins a championship, and it has nothing to do with Dallas, that he becomes I think it would have to be a heated playoff series and I don't think it happens till LeBron leaves.
Okay.
And a heated playoff series where Dallas is back to being relevant. They might not be in Dallas anymore, but
right.
True.
You
know what I mean? Like,
true.
I think it would have to be something like
True.
I just think it's sad, though. I mean, because that's why I guess as a fan you can't get too high, too low, because like you said, last year you were in the finals, feeling good as a city. When your sports team is doing good and you live in the city, you feel good too.
True.
Yeah, especially when it's a team you didn't expect to be there.
To be there, right? So now they're not feeling good. Is Anthony Davis playing?
Yeah.
Oh, he is playing.
He didn't play well the other day.
But they're not winning no games though, are they? Or here and there.
Are they? Where they?
I mean, they're in
playing?
the play. They're
in the play.
going to be in the play.
Okay. Yeah, I just think it's messed up though. You know what I'm saying? And then speaking of just revenge, Michael Malone.
Yeah, I still don't understand what that's about.
Me either.
I haven't really followed up on it, but I don't understand.
So apparently, Mike Malone and the GM Calvin Booth, they didn't get along.
Yeah, I heard they weren't on the same
beef.
page.
And you had some of the players that sided with Malone, and you had some of the players that sided with Booth. And if you sided with Booth, you ain't really rock with Malone. And Malone didn't rock with you. And if you sided with Malone, Booth didn't rock with you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you didn't rock with Booth. So that's why I think they said they had to get rid of both of them, because it was like, it was causing like a divide.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
But I just don't understand why you do it with 5
Right
games
now,
left in the season.
the time and
Like, let's just wait
time
till the end of the season and
and
Why? Okay, so you don't. But why? So if we put their hat on, why would they? I'm just curious. Why would you do something like that, or you just period wouldn't do it?
So my point is, okay, I wouldn't do it at that time, like
Right.
middle of the season, okay. But 5 games left of the season, something had to dramatically happen for that to happen this late in the season for a team that's relevant.
right.
Even
For a team that's trying to win. Now, if it's a bad team, if the Sixers would have fired those guys with 5 games left,
right,
whatever.
no big right.
Okay.
But you're the 4th seed in the playoffs. You have the best player in the league. Like, you're trying to win. Like, what are we doing?
That's crazy. I thought.
And you want to chip with them guys.
With those guys,
like,
right.
not like the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
And you haven't won a chip since the ABA, if I ain't mistaken.
right. So
Unless Mike Malone was coming in there and cursing out Booth every single day, you can't fire him.
But
even in that regard, you then you just avoid him. We're not going to talk for the rest of the year.
right.
Like you figure it out, because Mike Malone has proven himself to be one of the better coaches in the league. I mean, he's taken the Nuggets to places they haven't been.
Right.
And I think when you got Jokic, you have a chance.
Yeah, a chance. And like, even like what you said, even if that's the situation, why are we getting rid of Calvin Booth?
Right.
Right? Like, so like something had to have happened major in my mind.
Yeah,
like,
that's what I'm
for this
thinking.
to happen.
And my only thing is this:
Udoka's type.
does Denver have a chance to win?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you think they did it in? I mean, they say they did it in that spirit, right? With that perspective. But I'm wondering, would you make that move? Like, there's a divide on the team. You've been trying to go with it as long as possible, but you then come to the point and say, you know what? I really got a chance to do something this year, but this is in the way. Can you see it from that? You know what I'm saying? Because I agree with you. I think getting rid of them with 5 games, even if you're relevant or even non-relevant, is a disrespect. Because if you're non-relevant and you got 5 games left and you get rid of me, damn, we already would look, what? You actually did that to embarrass me. You know what I'm saying? One could say, you know what I'm saying? So to make this move, it kind of makes me feel like, is this like an addition by subtraction type of thing? And that's the thing to think about, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it though.
I mean, I just don't. I think you have a coach that's proven he can win a championship. With a lot of these guys on his roster, he's already won a championship.
Right. What's the problem?
Like, let's
Let it play
we're
out.
all men here. Let's in the next
Let's
2
be
months.
professional.
Right.
2 months,
Right.
let's
Be
be professional.
professional.
And then
Yeah.
we'll figure it out.
Right. It's definitely got to be something a lot deeper. But then I think that I heard something about the locker room was just, they had lost the locker room. He lost the locker room. Some of the players wasn't even, listening. And I think, with Jokic, he said he knew about it, like he was brief. But it wasn't like they asked him his opinion. He just told him he made a decision.
Right.
Do you believe that, or do you call cap on that?
I believe that.
Yeah. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Jokic hasn't given me any reason
Right.
to
That's
think
what I
that
was
he's
going to say. Yeah.
going to management complaining about.
Okay. But the only reason why I say I don't know is because if he did say something, you think he's going to say it?
Well, I think he would. I think he just wouldn't say anything.
He just want to say, well, he would. Yeah, I think we have to say because he's the best player on the team. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he could just. I didn't
know about
Right.
it.
I didn't know about it. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Jokic. I don't know if he had a hand in it, but I do think that he was becoming frustrated.
Well, it's like LeBron. Like, LeBron didn't have anything to do with David Black getting fired.
Oh.
Right.
If you ask LeBron, he had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So,
well, of course he did.
Right. So
now
I could see a Jamal Murray. I could see a Russell Westbrook. I could see those type of guys. I'm not saying they did going to management and saying we got a problem.
Right, and I think that was another thing too, that their point of contention got worse with Russell Westbrook. Like Malone was a Westbrook aficionado. He really liked Westbrook and believed to have him out there on the floor. But Westbrook can do like he can have some JaVale McGee moments sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
So I think that frustrated some of the people. It's just unfortunate. But my question though is Mike Malone.
I see it. I see the wheels turning.
Is he the answer? Can he be the answer? Because Nick Nurse seems defeated.
Does Joel Embiid want to be coached?
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
That's the question. You can get Phil Jackson.
Right.
You can get Pop to come out of retirement. You can get Red Auerbach to come back. if Joel doesn't want to be coached, it doesn't matter.
But it also goes back to what you just said about Russ. Like, and that was what I heard too, that he was kind of just letting Russ do his thing. Russ did whatever he wanted, blah, blah, blah. If he's going to do that, that's the last thing this team needs.
Oh, wow. That's a good point.
They don't need guys who are going to let them do their thing. Even Paul George and Embiid, even Maxey, like, we don't need guys who are going to let guys do their thing. We need a coach who doesn't care about these guys, who wants to be a coach and do things his way.
Yeah.
And then from there, figure out who's you know what I mean?
right.
That's what we need.
Yeah. No, I agree.
We need Joe Mazzulla is what we need.
Yeah. You know who we need? I gotta make sure I always pronounce it right because my uncle is my uncle's a funny dude. I think we could use Udoka. He call him. Because what? You know what I mean? But I kind of feel like Udoka don't play.
Yeah, so we need guys like that.
Yep.
And if we had got Tyronn Lue instead of who did we had a chance to get him, but we got somebody else, and it wasn't Doc Rivers. I just can't remember who it was. Who was before Doc Rivers? That was Brett Brown? Was it?
Yeah. Brett Brown and Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Okay. Did we have was there a possibility that Lou was like open for before he went to Nurse? I'm not sure. But I think a Tyronn Lue or Udoka or somebody like that, a hard-nosed coach that can get the job done. But either way, you know what I mean? I don't. You don't see it happening.
It's hard to teach old dog new tricks, man. And Joel's been living a certain way for a long time.
Yeah.
And now I'm towards the end.
Yeah. You know what? Do you think those players should be out there on the bench?
Absolutely.
I always think that. I always hate when those guys aren't playing and they're not there. Because what are you doing?
Right.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Like,
home getting treatment
and flying.
Like
it's not good for
but at home,
should be, right?
Or like it bothers me, like you'll see Embiid will come out after halftime. I'm like, yo.
Yeah, what you doing?
Right.
In the back, he's like, what you doing?
Yeah, Embiid. I don't think Embiid was there. Fan appreciation night. I don't think so.
All nights they all should have been there. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think I seen Paul George. I did see Maxey though.
I've seen Maxey a lot. I've seen Paul George has been there.
He's been there a lot. But not really Embiid.
Embiid's
Yeah.
But I like, when guys are hurt and they're still invested in the game and they're talking to the younger guys.
Right.
Lowry. He's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, even in the beginning of the season, before we knew how things were going to play out, Joel was at games and still just not even paying attention to what was going on.
Sitting at the very end of the
bench, just kind of
chilling.
Timeouts, he's playing around.
Now you're right.
It's just not, he just doesn't take the game serious.
All right, listen, real quick. I do my rabbit hole real quick. When you guys go to the game, what is your favorite seat to sit at?
What you mean?
Like what seat in the row?
Oh, and I like the end seats.
The end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm either at the end or the very middle.
Okay. I like the end. What about you?
I like the end. I prefer the end.
Yeah. I want to go. I want to get my money up where I can go to the game and sit. Where I ain't got to get up every damn 10 minutes.
I do hate that.
Because somebody got to piss or somebody got to... Right. So you know what? That's smart right there, bro. Right. Because in the middle...
You're either going that way
or that way.
So now what do you do when you're in the middle and the person gets up and they're like this? And they're trying to figure out
which way to go.
so your head is like, yo, go that way. Come this way.
Go this way.
Yeah, I was getting an attitude, man. My man kept drinking them beers, man. And I wasn't drinking that day. Yo, I kept getting up, down. I'm like...
I feel like on the end you could just do like the turn
Yeah. And
then you can at least get up.
At least you can get out. You can get up and move and without, you know what I'm saying?
But then now, how do you feel when some of them don't be wanting to move? You know what I mean? You gotta be like, damn, man, over the thing. And you like,
come on, man.
Yeah, like
you gotta give it a look. Like, are you sitting?
right. What we doing? Step on a couple toes.
I was able to sit in front of a player, father. His name was Daquan Plowden, parents. From Atlanta, so that was an interesting thing, and he was just so proud of it, and I was happy for him, man. God, what a blessing! So shout out to his father. And
you said you were sitting there?
I was sitting behind
him,
in front.
Okay,
so he was behind me. In fact,
so he got some. He's sitting in the family section.
Why?
So you doing all right, man?
I don't know if that was the family section, but there was quite a people that was there for him, though. And I because I told him, I said, listen, hey, bro, listen, I don't mean to be in your conversation, but I can't close my ears. So, listen, congratulations.
Is he from the area? Do you know?
He's from Philly.
Okay.
To Mastery, Georgia, or something like that, in Germantown.
Oh, that's what's up.
But I looked at some of his highlights or whatever. Like, he was in the G League a little bit, and whatever. But yo, listen, to get to that level and you know what I mean? Like, yo, you doing your thing, man. So congratulations to him and his family. Last thing, John Morant.
I kind of switched my tune on this one.
Okay. He's a rebel.
So
he's a rebel.
So like, I think like we were talking about like the gun thing, right? Shooting the gun. Like that's like real life.
Sure.
Right? But like nobody's throwing grenades in real life. Right?
Okay.
The grenade is the best celebration I've ever seen.
At first,
it's the best celebration I've ever seen.
At first, I'm like, this dude, what is he doing? He doesn't get it. Like, he's a clown.
Okay.
But then I saw, I'm like, yo, that's hilarious.
I haven't seen it.
I've seen it.
I haven't. So how does it go?
He shoots it. He takes the grenade, throws it,
then covers his ears.
covers his ears.
That's dope.
But now I saw a bunch of kids doing it on Instagram all week.
That's dope. Now, if he leads with that instead of doing the gun thing, do they say anything to him?
I mean, they're going to say something to him.
Yeah. Okay.
That's still promoting violence.
But I do think it's hilarious that now he's just going through every different weapon that he got.
Okay.
Next time he's going to be down on one knee.
So is this more of is this more of like the Allen Iverson-ish, like, yo, you're not going to tell me what to do type thing, or, you're pushing those goalposts a little bit. Is that kind of what this is here, or like, is it maturity or immaturity?
It's immaturity.
It still is immaturity.
Yes.
Yeah,
okay.
I think it's him saying, I'm going to do what I want. Like, you can't tell me what to do. Like, I don't need right. I'm bigger than this.
Right.
That's what it seems like to me.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, this new era of like the American superstar, like the Anthony Edwards and John Morant, those guys, they don't care.
Yeah.
And they just do whatever they want.
Well, they say, bring your ass.
Anthony Edwards off the court is
really.
We didn't talk about that last show.
But what did he do? He did something.
The child support.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I did hear something.
He tried to pay it all up front.
Damn.
Gave away his rights, tried to pay all the child support up front. And the judge was like, nah, but it's not how that works. We know you're going to sign a couple more Supermax contracts in the next 18 years, so no.
But you know, the biggest thing I have a problem with is probably because I'm older. Yo, how do you sign your rights?
I have a problem with that too.
How do you sign your rights away to your child, to something that you create? I don't care if it was by anybody or a stripper or whatever. Yo, you did it. It's your seed. How do you just sign your name away? Like, nah.
That's what I'm saying. Those guys, they don't care. They just do whatever they want.
And see, that's a bad example. That to me, I think that's a bad example. So I guess, and see, back in the day, NBA, they might have did things like that, but we didn't. It wasn't like publicized like that. Like everybody thought. I thought Dr. J was like the role model.
Right.
We didn't know that he was doing his thing, but you know what I'm saying. But now, as a grown man, you're like, okay, it makes sense because you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. We grown, so I understand. You know what I mean. All right, let's switch to baseball real quick before we get up out of here. Before we start landing the plane. Speaking of plane, at this day and time right now, are you more comfortable on a plane or in the car?
In the car. It's not even close.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
In the car.
You're more safer in a car?
More comfortable.
In your mind. But comfortability and safety kind of go hand in hand a little bit.
You get in a car every single day of your life.
Yeah.
Okay. I say the car too. But I believe that you're going to say
what are we talking about? Are we talking about safety or are we talking about comfort? Like, what are we talking about?
Both. I mean, I think they go hand in hand.
Comfortable. I don't mean comfortable like my seat. I mean comfortable like my mind. Like
your mindset.
My mindset.
I know that I'm not fearful. I'm more.
It's still a plane by far.
See, you say a plane.
Because we still ride by accidents every day.
I know. But, okay, so why do you say the plane? Because
planes have been proven to be more safer.
More safer.
Yeah.
Okay, why do you say car?
Because I get in a car every single day and I don't even think about it. And when I get into, if I were to go to a plane today,
oh my Lord,
I wouldn't be like, but I would have that thought like,
yeah.
You would think about it.
CB.
I'm going car. You know what I'm saying? Just because I know statistics and all that probably say the plane is safer. And I mean, I probably would agree a little bit, but just in the car, like I feel like I'm in control.
Right.
Even though accidents happen and things like that can be out of your control, but I just feel more in control when I'm driving. You know what I'm saying?
No, I just feel like I'm everybody else. You got to trust everybody else around you with the car. It's not just you. Like, yeah, we're in control, but a bunch of other jackasses out there, you know?
No, you're right. But that's the key thing. That's the key thing right there. You're in control. See, that to me, when you're in a plane.
But you're not, you're in control to a certain point in a car.
For sure, I agree.
For sure. We have control.
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody's driving crazy, I don't control everybody else.
True.
Which I agree.
But you're right.
True.
But I feel like I could defensively drive. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to like when I'm on a plane.
It's out of my hands.
It's out of my hands, bro.
I think it's more out of your hands driving on 295 than it is in a plane.
If something happens in a plane, we are dying.
No survival.
None.
If something happens in a car,
I got a chance. I got a shot. Because it's not going to be, everybody's not Captain Sully. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Seriously. Like somebody, like rest in peace to them. They went up, it was so sad. Like, they went up for a helicopter ride.
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh, yeah.
That was sad. And you know what I was thinking when I saw that? I said, that's just why I don't do that daredevil stuff.
But
I don't do that stuff.
But think about the weather that day. Why would you get in a helicopter?
That's true too.
But I think they were tourists or something.
They were. Like, come on, we got to make better decisions.
I agree.
But that might be more on the.
Agreed.
On the yeah. Because why would he even operate in that day? Yeah,
I think the same thing with the Kobe accident. Why are we flying?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah,
that's funny too. Because not funny that happened, but my daughter was just in a helicopter the other day at school for her. She's graduating from Messiah next month with her nursing stuff. So one of the classes they had to do the emergency medic.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, she was sending a bunch of pictures with the helmet on and all that type of stuff.
Congratulations, bro. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I'm flying for a while.
I'll get in a plane with no problem. I'll never get in a helicopter.
Yeah, I'm not getting a helicopter.
Yeah.
I don't even like getting in a plane. I mean, if I gotta fly, I'm a fly, but I'm not a big
I'm not a big flyer.
flyer. I don't.
Do you fly often now or not really?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, I used to when I was younger. That's because it was exciting and you kind of didn't really have no, you still had the
Right.
thought,
Yeah.
Right.
but then it went away. It could be like it's a problem. I have to go in prayer for a little bit.
Okay, so you
I got a problem with
I don't think about it like that.
Yo, I know. Now, once I'm on the plane and I might be watching a movie or something, then I'm good. But
Like if you give me here, we can drive here or we can fly here. If it's more than 3 hours and you're giving me the option,
Right.
all things equal, I'm gonna fly.
like, I want to
No,
go.
wait, 3 hours? Driving 3 hours?
Yeah, I drive 3 hours, but
I'll drive 3 hours.
Yeah.
If you're gonna say here,
You get the option, right?
Fly there.
You can fly, I'll do that.
You would
Like my parents are down in Georgia. They were like, "Oh, you're going to drive down? I will never drive.
So
I
you
will
fly.
never. I will fly."
Okay.
How long is that ride down there? Like to drive? Like
14.
See, I'm driving.
oh nah.
Yeah, like we gotta go to South Carolina this summer for softball, and my wife's like, like we'll just rent a car. I'm like,
But the car, we can rent that car when we get there. We get that car when we get there.
Nah, yo. Listen, I think I'm trying to go to Florida this summer. Yo, I'm driving.
Driving?
I'm driving from here.
So when you're going through every state, just think, man, I could have been there. I could have been there.
No, you're right. No, you're right.
you get to Virginia, like I could already.
already been there.
You're right.
You fill up your tank again.
You're right.
I could already been there.
You're right. Listen, Clark Griswold, he didn't fly. You know what I'm saying? He drove. You know what I'm
You're
saying?
gonna be going through all that.
Right.
Yo, nah, but I don't know where that rabbit hole came from, but I was talking to somebody. It was like, yo, I'd rather fly. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm a gas up. But anyway, let's get into baseball real quick. I'm a gas up. Let's get into baseball real quick. Phillies, they seem to be doing all right,
Where
right?
we now? 9-4, something like that?
The one last night, yesterday, 9-4.
9-4.
Yeah, 9-4. Yeah.
Okay. Yankees are still a little, I think we're like 9-6 or whatever.
Yeah.
So you
They
using
struggle.
the bats?
Oh, the
I
torpedo
think so.
bats.
Yeah. A lot of people are using it now.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Widespread now?
Yeah. So.
I do have a question.
Yes.
For you, I know you're probably not into it. You're not there yet, but Aaron Nola. I know you're probably not following it, but like, is he still? You think an ace?
I see it again. Right. I'm not following it. So has he won a game? Or
He is not.
No, he's
He's what,
struggling.
he's only what,
I mean,
0-2?
he's struggling a little bit.
3. Now, is it all his fault or run support
A little
or?
bit run support.
Okay, no, you just gotta,
Yeah, yeah.
you gotta paint the picture right.
True.
We're getting like 4 or 5 runs an outing.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
He doesn't like appear
Okay.
to be dominant right now, like he in the past. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, but he always starts out like Wheeler to me starts out fresh.
Right.
And he might dip for a second,
Right.
but then he recovers.
Right.
Nola comes on as the season progresses for me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still early, so we're gonna see. But it's just to me,
He's ace worthy.
just
That's what I want.
He's definitely ace worthy. He's got
doesn't
ace
seem
stuff.
dominant
Not right now.
like in the past. But
So,
we'll see.
he's probably you said fourth
Mm-hmm.
pitcher.
In rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he's struggling. But do you see that happen though, bro? He got paid, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. When I get paid from work, I do feel good. I do.
True.
But I don't think I ease up though. I don't think that. Oh, okay.
I can chill out now, right? We're not doing that today.
Yeah, right. Go see this kid. Nah.
No. But if your payday was
Yeah.
6 figures,
Okay, you think that would be different?
And no matter what you did,
I'm getting paid.
We get paid, yeah.
You might be
See, I think
I'll see these kids tomorrow.
Yeah. I think that's like one of the measures that separate the greats. If you can get the bag and you still maintain
Yeah.
that level that got you
Yeah.
the bag and even maybe get
Yeah.
a little better,
Yeah.
you're great. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you just don't use that money. Like, all right, I got the bag. I can I don't have to work out 5 times a week now. You know what I'm saying? But matter of fact, I want to work out 7 times a week now. I want to keep it going. I think that's when you're getting that great tier. The greats got that. You know what I'm saying?
And you see that play out in a lot of different other areas as well. I don't know. I just went to music for a second. Like, you have success and then, you don't really, I guess you see them kind of like lax a little bit. But then, because you're only as good as your last song, so you got to keep going. But for the athlete, you're right. They do whatever it takes to get that payday. And then once they get the payday, it seems like there's an injury, there's something going on. Oh, it's like it happens. I mean, we're looking at this year, right? And B got paid, right? Mm-hmm. George got paid. They barely played. Did Max get paid?
I think Maxey could have played, though. I think they held him.
Yeah, he just held him out.
Oubre, too? I mean, and then resting Quentin Grimes. Yeah. Why is he resting?
Right.
So we don't want to win.
Okay.
Trying to get
that's
what Gary said. Trying to get Cooper.
I would get these updates. Maybe like Sixers up 5 at half. I'm like, damn. Really? Like it's just like
at this point.
Yeah, it's like when you're coaching the AAU tournament, you play at 12, and if you win, the championship game's at 9. I'm like, all right, let's get everybody some playing time. Everybody's gonna play today.
Everybody's gonna play today. True.
Yeah. So, now we're still on baseball. So, I mean, I'm not really locked in yet. Are you guys locked in yet?
October.
I'm before October, though.
I'm in on the Phillies.
You're locked in already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So,
September, October.
All right.
I mean, we ain't got no choice but to be locked in on the Phillies. The Sixers is not.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
No, this summer I'm going to try. This summer I'm going to try to watch a Phillies game a week.
Okay. All right.
I'm trying to stay invested.
Now,
it's not going to work.
I think if you go to 2 games
at the bank.
At the bank. The Wall of Fame.
The Wall of Fame.
2 games before July.
You think I'll be in?
You'll be in.
Okay.
Really?
I think so.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because it's just.
Are Phillies tickets expensive?
You just
depends.
Just wait.
Where you sitting?
Just wait.
Games.
Yeah, I don't know. Would you go see a game like now? It's too cold. Right?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say.
Yo, we had the game back last, bro. I had the triple fat goose.
You saw you know what I'm saying?
It's cold, man. Now, and then speaking on that real quick. I'm sure because y'all school is like, y'all got like a stadium. You have bathroom facilities there?
Yeah. Not on the baseball field. You got the spotter pots on the baseball field.
You don't have. Oh wait, there's not. Where did the fans go?
Spotter pot. I mean, they can if they want to walk way over to the football field to there, or go inside the field house, something like that. But I mean, it's a little walk. But
I'm saying, man. Same thing with Holy Cross.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah. Just support it.
But your bathrooms is right there near the baseball field, though, right? You just go in them back doors where the baseball field is.
Yeah, from softball.
Yeah. Softball's all the way right. Yeah, true. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, our softball. There's no
nothing.
Yeah, baseball.
Go before you come.
Yeah, I did that, and I had to go again. So they had some containers out there by the tracks, and all you see is just me walking off.
You're leaving mid-game?
I had to go. I'm at an age now. I'm not holding my yard. We're too old to be holding.
Too old, you know what I'm saying? Gotta find a bathroom.
Right. I gotta go, and I gotta go now. You know what I'm saying? So, I had to go. I had to walk off. So my boy was like, "Yeah, I seen you. You found a little spot." I said, "Yeah, man, behind right there." I said I was worried because I know everybody just see this guy's black black dude in a black coat just all of a sudden
Just dip off.
just dip off, yo.
Do you do?
And I didn't ask permission to do it. Let me be clear.
Do you do the fake jog off, come back like you're trying to?
No, but you're right. See,
You gotta do the fake jog.
no, you're right. So listen.
No, you just walk off.
No,
like,
I did walk off, right? I walked off, and then I just kind of went. You know, you go like this, like. And then you go where you gotta go. So then when I got done, I said, I just said, oh my God. I thought it was just me. So, because you gotta play it off, because you gotta assume that people are looking, you know what I'm saying?
You gotta hustle back like you like.
Right.
You want this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoulder back.
Are you guys in the field or up the bat when you go?
We were up to bat. So and this was in Glassboro, and I don't know, I don't know what it was. I went before I went, but I was like, damn. I said, not only is it cold, but I feel like the cold is like making me want to go. That's the worst thing though, to be in the cold and it's like when your hands and feet are cold.
Oh yeah,
you know it's cold, yo. You know it's cold, man. So
that's fact.
But anyway, let me see what else we had. I think that was about it, man. There was sisterhood. What do you think about LeBron James, man? Somebody, I think Allo was telling me that he's not averaging 25 points no more.
I don't think he has to.
Does it hurt his legacy or no?
I mean, he's coming to the end. You know what I mean? He's to be expected. You know what I mean? He's still serviceable.
Point's a new record.
Yeah, right.
I got you.
I don't think he can only hurt his legacy by doing the corny like Stephen A. stuff.
Yeah, you're right. Stuff like that.
Other than that,
Yeah.
he's
Got you.
He's
the
solidified.
third greatest player of all time. So
What? Did you say third?
He said Curry's one, right?
no.
Curry's two. You got Curry.
No, it's a different list. Different list.
Oh, different list.
okay.
Oh, that's the greatest point guard. That's the greatest point guard.
Point guard.
Greatest point guard.
Who?
Guy.
My guy's two.
Okay, that's
My
interesting.
guy's two.
Well, who's your? I don't know. I can't close my ears.
He's got Mike.
You got Mike one.
Mike one. Kobe.
Oh, you got
Bron.
Kobe two. Okay. Would we have Kobe two? Or would he be three?
I wouldn't have Kobe too.
I think I have
LeBron
three.
too.
I have LeBron too.
I'm biased in this. I mean, it's,
You're a Kobe fan.
yeah.
I got you. Yo, listen, last question. Just your thoughts real quick. What's your thoughts about these NIL deals and, students that are in college, they're transferring constantly. They're even going to teams that were rivals. Do you see any problem with it, or you think it's all it's all good? It's all good in the hood.
I think it's just. And real quick shout out. Episode 132 of the Birdcage Show next Wednesday. We got Julian Dunkley on, and we are talking about the NIL deal. So make sure y'all guys tune in. But I don't know. It's just what it is right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really don't have a huge opinion on it. It's like take advantage of it if you can. I mean.
What's your thoughts?
It's the system they wanted.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think they're going to have to change it at some point. They're going to have to make it, a contract. You got to play here for at least 2 years before you're looking to go somewhere else. Or maybe you got to do a buyout, help the smaller schools, because it's really crushing the mid-majors, especially in basketball. And then in football, it's just every year's free agency. And guys are in different places, like the kid from Tennessee that was flying all over and looking for $4 million a year. It's
crazy, right?
MB?
So when you talk about rivalries, I think rivalries are gone.
Yeah.
Even Duke Carolina, it's not really nobody really even cares anymore because you don't even know who's there. You don't know the players. As far as that, I think guys are just going to go with who gives them the most money.
Right.
And I guess you can't blame them for that because there's no more. It's not important to win anymore.
Right.
And I think that's a lot of problem with sports in general at the younger ages. It's not important. You don't go to the team that best suits you to help you become a better player to get to the league. You don't go to the team that that's gonna win. You know, that you want to win a national championship. Right. Go who's gonna give you the most money, and I guess you can't be mad at that. I guess it's just kind of it's frustrating to see as a fan of the sport, and as you know, we watched the tournament this year, and it's like I knew who Walter Clayton Jr. was before, but I didn't know anybody else on Florida.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then now as the season goes on, as the tournament goes on, you get to know these guys, but now they're going to be somewhere else next year. And it's so I think it's frustrating. I think it's great for the kids. Like there's a kid that was at a very small Division I school who's now transferring. He's getting over $1 million next year. So that's great for him. And as a smaller school, that's kind of how you have to recruit. You have to recruit guys saying, "Hey, listen, come here, and I'll help you get to the next spot."
Right. True.
So it's just interesting, and now like seeing some of these things go on and what these kids are getting. We talk about the Ja Morants and that. That's what's creating these kids,
right?
Because they're being given. Okay. And I'll tell you guys when we're done, like what. It's insane. Like what?
Right. So you think it's those athletes, or did the beginning of it start kind of like with LeBron and them, or maybe even, with like, because if you think about it, the college kids are just doing similar to what the NBA did a little bit, right? It's kind of similar, right?
Yeah, but even LeBron had he cared about how he's viewed by the public, right? There were certain things he wasn't going to say.
Sure.
Especially early on.
Sure.
But now I think, especially with social media booming so much, we see these kids like in a raw form now, and it's carrying over to how they're conducting themselves like while they're playing.
Like I think Bron's thing was always like the player empowerment. The players need to be in control. The player, which I get, I understand it, but I feel like this wasn't the goal. To have, I can do whatever I want. I don't think that was ever the goal.
Because it's trickled down.
It's trickled down, and it's hurting the product.
Right.
And Bron doesn't care about hurting the product because he's out.
Right.
But like, it's going to get to the point where like the product isn't going. You're not going to be able to make $500 million a contract because you guys killed the product.
Right. Well, and when we talk about the product right now, I think it's killing the authenticity of the product. Because the owners, they still raking in the bread for them to even give that money. Because
there's only 2 or 3 guys who are because LeBron, Steph Curry, these guys are still in the league.
Right.
But now when Ant Edwards is the face of the league and a guy who just disowned it, doesn't want anything to do with his kid, or Ja Morant's the face of the league.
Great point.
Now you have your big money spenders who are like, let's go over here. Let's go over here to the NFL.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And don't let baseball or hockey figure out how to actually market their sport.
Like the NBA, it's a wrap.
Yeah. When you have guys like Ohtani out there, when you have guys like that can actually be marketable, they just do a horrible job doing it.
Well, you know what? Baseball, it's very simple for baseball. Just put hip hop in it.
For sure.
Put hip hop in it. You're good because that's the difference maker, right? That's what the NBA is. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. I think you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, Fred, what did you think about that?
No, I agree. I mean, I think the NBA is in a very peculiar situation. It'd be interesting to see where they go in the next 10 years because the talent of the players is the best it's been, but the actual gameplay it's going backwards.
It's become more of a show, I think. I think it's become more of it was always been kind of entertainment, but it's more now. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like they don't really care if fans come to see a good game. They just want you to come experience this so you come back and spend your money. Or you bring your kids and you order that $15 cotton candy for each one of your kids. You know what I'm saying? They take cash too, by the way.
Imagine if they have all that what you're saying, and the gameplay is as good as it was, like let's say early 2000s. Right.
Okay.
Like the NBA would be booming, but it's not because analytics have changed it to all right. We're just going to shoot threes, or we're going to get dunks, and they make the game
Yeah.
everybody plays the same way now. So it's boring. Like I can't watch. I don't know if I can watch 2 NBA games back to back. They're gonna play the same exact style.
And you know what? Everybody, like, I thought Philly was the one that started it, but everybody has who wants a T-shirt. Everybody has it. No matter where you go. You could even go to the, Cameron and Mace are hilarious.
They are funny.
They I've never been to the Barclays. Have any of y'all been to the Barclays?
I have.
You have? What's your feelings about it? Is it good or is it?
I like the arena.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay. They saying that it's hood.
It is kind of hood. Like we were driving up there. I'm like, all right, where's it? I'm like looking for it. It's right there.
Right there.
right by Junior's. And not too far. Cameron said that he said he walked in. He said he went through VIP and they was in there smoking weed. And there was a dice game going on. I'm like, I'll
stop snitching. Stop snitching. Gotta give him a stop snitching too.
So, but anyway, all right, listen, final thoughts, man. Let's start with, go ahead, FB. You know what I'm saying? Final thoughts, bro.
I'm just looking forward to spring break. Marcus is saying, going to try to be productive and kind of plan out what our summer will look like for basketball, because before you know it, it'll be here. I'm already getting emails about our summer league and Philly Live and those different things. So it'll be here before you know it.
That's what's up. With the Philly Live stuff, do your players get there on their own or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they got 100%. The parents be going out there. You'll never have transportation issues. That's what's up, man. MB.
Yeah, same. Got a lot of work to do. Gonna actually try to get some stuff done in the house. Hopefully the weather's decent. I can do some stuff in the yard, so that way my wife will leave me alone. Hopefully for the whole summer. No, but just relaxing. Hopefully get a lot done. That's the plan.
Yeah. Have you been?
Oh yeah, that's you know what I found, and I don't know if you guys were interested. It's an app. It's called Too Good to Go. You heard of this?
No.
So there's local restaurants.
Okay.
And you go on this app. And last night I paid $5. Nostra in Voorhees, off of Haddonfield Berlin Road.
Yes.
So I went there and for $5. It's the end of the night though. So you pick up. It's like what they have left over.
Okay.
And I didn't like anything I got, but it was like, it was $5. For $5. Like we could have eaten.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just didn't like, but you're just getting what's left. So you don't know what you're getting. It's a surprise bag. But it was pretty, but they have like hundreds of restaurants on there.
Really?
It was pretty dope.
What's it called? Too Good to Go?
Good to Go.
Okay.
Check it out.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. No, I'll rock with that. You ain't gonna lie to me. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So you've been getting someone and stuff.
We've been on the girl. Yeah.
CB, what about
Hey
you?
man, just looking forward to spring break coming up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I still got baseball and all that, but I don't consider that work. So
Right.
a couple of days off. You know what I'm saying? Recharge the battery for the home stretch a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Shouts out to my girl Yar Waples, owner Juice Capital. About to do this little 3-day starting tomorrow fast cleanse juicing situation just to clean out the body a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And just like Coach said, I'm getting them same emails. Summer leagues, Philly Live, all that type of stuff. So, just Coach Bird wearing all different hats. You know what I'm saying? Oh, real quick. Shouts out to my man, Coach Tab. That's our head football coach at Pensacola.
Reaching, right? Are you reaching on that one?
No,
I don't know. I don't know.
I was his reaction. I'm not him to check.
Okay, I thought you were talking about something else.
Oh, no. I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure.
Real quick. Shouts out.
He looked like I wasn't sure.
It's funny over there.
I wasn't sure.
Now I got 2 things real quick.
Okay.
Got Dr. Bryce over here.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to give the date, but he's going to be on an upcoming episode, and I'm going to be pausing the shit out of him.
Oh, yeah.
So watch what you say. Might have a button. Bang, bang, bang. You know what I'm saying? But real quick, shouts out to my man, Coach Tab. He's our head football coach at Pensacola, very good friend of mine. He's also the head indoor track coach, outdoor track coach. But on Thursday, he is getting the Pennsauken High School track named after him. And I think
that's good stuff.
crazy right there.
Good
You know what I'm saying? Living legend. You know what I'm saying? Living legend. So
absolutely.
shouts out to you, Coach Tab, and I'll definitely be in the building.
Very dope, very dope. All right, well, listen, like I said, another great show, another great time fellowshipping. Easter's next week, so you guys probably won't see us. More than likely, because I'm sure I'm going to. Actually, I know you won't, because I'm in a play. I'm in a play. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa. You got some time. What's this play, man?
No, I'm in a play now. Yeah, I don't like. Listen, I'm doing it for the good of God and to show Jesus' story. I don't like my role, though. I don't like my role. I'm doing it, though. I'm doing it for my brother, too, but also for, you know what I'm saying, for God or whatever.
What is the role?
Yes.
Yo, I'm Judas, bro. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm Judas, man. Do you know what I had to go through? And my brother, like I said, he asked me or whatever. Of course, that's my man, right? So I'm gonna do it for him. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna lie, I had to go in prayer for a little bit, man. Listen, I promise you, and no lies. In my prayer, I was like, God, listen, I'm only doing it to try to help my brother out. And listen, you know what? Listen, if you gonna feel away with me doing it, I'm not gonna do it. But you know what he told me? He said, listen, you bringing my story alive, you showing what I did. So it's all good.
Do y'all live stream at your church or not?
Yeah, I'm not letting you know.
Can we get a live reaction?
I would like to see this.
I only go on stage one time.
I would like to see this.
I only go on stage one time. You know
So you
what I
got
mean?
some lines then.
I do.
Okay.
I got. Yeah, you know what I mean. But you know what? Listen, and that's the beautiful thing about my church. We ain't gotta be all like we in Hollywood and the Oscars or whatever. Like we gotta memorize lines. Nah, there's an iPad. All I gotta do is read. You know what I'm saying?
But there's something in there about like loyalty and you having a bunch of different teams, so this should be like an easy.
Oh, damn.
Easy
Yeah.
Switch up on people.
Wait a minute.
You switch up on teams all the time, man.
No, I have options. You know what I mean? But no, listen, it was a struggle at first. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was a struggle. Because it's like, yo, you know what I mean? Like, there's certain parts like you want to play. That's not a part you like.
Right.
And they like, yo, listen, just try to really shine, like, be slimy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know how to be slimy. You know what I'm saying? But again, like I see the other side of it. I see the important side of it.
Right.
That's why I'm doing it.
Right.
But it was you know what I mean? Like, and that's something that we could talk about if we have more time. Like, yo, what roles would you play? Mm-hmm. And what roles would you not play? There's some roles I'm not playing.
Yeah. Right, true. Dude.
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? But this right here, to glorify Jesus and his story, I'll do it.
That's
you know
dope.
what I'm saying? So, but anyway, and we got a little spring break. I'll say a spring intermission. You know what I'm saying? Or a reprieve, because it's short. You know what I'm saying? But
The sisterhood has games over the break.
yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. I'm only going week by week, bro. I know we got something this week. You know what I'm saying? I know we got Overbrook. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, listen. On behalf of myself, on behalf of FB, MB, and CB, we are the new Let's Get It Sports Talk. Coming to you most weekends, most Sundays, sometimes Saturday, sometime between 9, 10, or 11. You will see us, though. But listen, we'd like to wish you a happy Palm Sunday and always a happy Easter. Take care.